You still earn to Thursday's edition of GMD on TV this morning, and we are taking you to the segment Building the Youth, where our focus is making the youth a better person for the future. And today, our focus is on time management. Time is an inescapable dimension in our life. Every day of our lives, we are being obstructed by interactions from carrying out certain tasks or activities. In such situation, how can one effectively manage time? What is the right thing to do when you are faced with a number of tasks on your desk? And we've got our guest that will be telling us what we need to do on the show, Mr. Felix Akpos, a business career consultant. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
And so straight on to our focus. What do we mean when we say time management?
Okay, time management is a combination of two words, time and management.
Okay.
So putting it in a layman's definition, time management is definitely the effective and productive utilization of time towards producing results and also helping us to meet our goals.
Okay. How can one easily manage his or her time?
That's very, very paramount. Now, there's something I always say when you talk about time and success.
Okay.
Success is not achieved in a day, it is achieved daily. And for you to be able to achieve success,
you see, success is not achieved in
a
day.
It is achieved daily.
Can you split that further?
Okay, what I actually mean by that is that success comes in installments.
Okay.
You get a little bit of it today, a little bit of it tomorrow, a little bit of it next tomorrow. And that's how it begins to accumulate. Before you become, even when you're already so-called in quote famous, you still strive for more. You still want to be heard. You still want more, you know. So success is not like a destination, it's a journey. Just like your wealth is a journey, success is a journey. So for you to be able to get to that particular place where you now tag yourself as saying, okay, I'm successful, you must be a good, effective user of time. So there is, I just want to paint this picture to be able to illustrate this. Now, there are two major ingredients that are very paramount to every human in life, and that's time and life.
Okay.
These are the two strongest coupling on planet Earth, and that's why they call it lifetime. You must effectively use your time very well if your life has to count. And if you want your time to count and make your life productive, then you must be able to marry the two very well and make sure that you're able to achieve your goals. So if you want to manage your time very well, just like what you said, one thing you need to do is that you need to do it consciously, you need to do it intentionally, and you need to do it deliberately.
You need to do it deliberately.
Yeah, intentionally and consciously.
And consciously. In those three words you just fused together, you have a project, several projects on the go. How do you know what to do at what time and at what point? Okay,
that's I want to say for you to do that, you have to do three major things.
Okay.
1, you have to plan. 2, you need to plan. And 3, you need to plan.
You need to plan again and again. Why is it necessary to actually manage your time effectively?
Okay, it's necessary because if you do not manage your time very well, then no task or project that you're embarking on will be goal-oriented. It will not be result-oriented. Now, believe me or not, every corporate organization or every individual business today are existing because they want to achieve results. Okay. And they do what we call re-evaluation from time to time. So, for them to be able to know if they are either progressing or they are retrogressing, they need to carry out what we call an evaluation using their KPI, that's key performance indicator. And for you to do that, you need to be able to look at, okay, at this particular time, what did we apportion to be achieved within the first quarter or the second quarter of the year? So you need to do at least your evaluation like 4 times a year. Then from there, you'll be able to know that, okay, what I allocated 3 months or 90 days for, I was not able to achieve it. I was able to achieve 70% of it. And it was because you had planned in the first place to be able to utilize the available time you have so that you can get a result. So it's plan, time, and result.
Plan, time, and result. Okay, in the midst of the three, time, plan, and result, when you are faced with a challenge, especially when it comes to the issue of time, you're not meeting up with time specified for that task or that project of yours. How do you maneuver such situation to make sure you have the results
that you desire.
Yes.
Okay, I think one. I will just give two major ways you can be able to, achieve your results with the available time you have. I think one major way is that you have to look at the resources you have in place.
Okay.
Are they readily available, and are they okay for you to be able to carry out what you want to do? You must look at that very well, because if you have a project at hand and you don't look at the available resources that you need to complete that project, definitely no matter how much short or longer the time is, there's no way you can actually come out with the expected result. So resources is one major key. And number two is that you need to be able to evaluate if you can delegate more. Delegation is key. You must see that there are some tasks you want to achieve. It will be more better. Erasmus once said something. It's more easier for me to achieve 1% of 100 people's efforts than to get 100% of my own effort. So I want to achieve 100%. It is more easier. I'll just delegate and let each person from 100 give me 1% each, than me spending time to say I want to achieve the 100% myself. And that's clearly network marketing, which is the business model, not the business in itself, but it's the business model. So if you're able to see, okay, I have the available resources at hand, so what's the next thing you need to do? Do I need to delegate? Do I need to diversify? Do I need to see how I can be able to bring more people into the picture so that it becomes easy? We'll now go division of labor.
Okay.
So everybody now putting all their efforts together. You do a bit of this, you do a bit of this. When you now put all their resources together, you see within a very short time, you'll be able to achieve, your goals and objectives that you want.
Okay, talking about achieving your goals and objectives, managing your time effectively, does it in any way make one to be successful in life?
Definitely. I think that's one of the major key ingredients that will help you to be successful. Apart from you, first of all, discovering your vision and your purpose for life, the next thing you need to do is time. Because even during creation, God worked with time.
Yes.
He actually created everything. If you look at the book of Genesis, you see everything at this time, he made this thing at this time. So he had planned it already. And when he planned it, when he was executing it, he didn't create what he was supposed to create on Friday, on Tuesday. That was mismanagement of time.
Okay.
And looking at time in itself, we have mismanagement of time, we have underutilization of time and overutilization of time.
Okay. Underutilization of time.
Exactly.
Overutilization of time.
Yes.
And mismanagement. Can you simplify that?
Okay, if you want to look at that area now, you see, when you overutilize time, it's when you have a lot of times on your hands, and then you're actually using them unproductively. Okay, now you just say, okay, for example, I was supposed to be in the studio this morning. I started studying from 5 a.m. this morning till like 7, took my bath. I had everything already planned. Do you understand? Now it would be very, very wrong for me to say, okay, is 8:15 I'll be there now? Oh, no. Let me just see how I can be able to leave my house by 8:10. There's no way I can leave my house by 8:10 and get here in 5 minutes. Okay. I have the time available for me, but I'm misusing it. So that's you not utilizing the available time. If you leave your house by 7, by 7:30 or 7:45, you should be here. Then you have the remaining time to be able to, do what you ever to do, relax, and then get yourself set, for you to do. Then on the utilizing time, it's when you probably on your own, you see that a particular task has been given to you, and then they've given you a time frame for you to be able to do it. You understand? And you just feel like, okay, if I have to do this particular project at this particular frame of time, I still have more time. There's this illustration. Let me give you this illustration. Now, assuming you have a staff and then you give him a particular portion to clear, and it's to clear that portion for 5 hours. And then he goes to press social media, do this and all that for like 3 hours. And he came back, 2 hours remaining, and he started clearing that feed. Do you think he will be able to finish in 2 hours? He won't be able to finish in 2 hours. Though he had started doing the job, but he will not be able to complete it within that amount of time that he has, available that is left. So in that area, time management is key, and if you want to do it to become successful, you need to deliberately, like I said earlier on, deliberately, intentionally, and consciously do it every day. Let it be part and parcel of you.
Every day.
Let me just say every day. You must do it every minute. Okay,
like having a schedule of
exactly.
What to do.
That's where planning comes in here.
Okay. How do you tell, or how do you know that what you're doing, you're actually making good uses of your time? Okay, 3 major things you need to do. First of all, you have to checkmate yourself if you're focused. Okay. If you're not focused, that means you're not a good manager of time. When you talk about focus, having an idea, having a view, or having a vision in mind.
Looking at being focused simply means, okay, you want to work on a particular project, and then there are a lot of distractions that come by the way, challenges and all that. You keep your eyes on the goal that you want to achieve.
Okay.
If you get distracted, you say, okay, you start complaining. When you see people start complaining, they've looked focused. Like me, there's no way you can actually tell me, I'm consciously building my brand, my personal, my corporate brand, consciously. There's nothing you would tell me, that will even distract me. If you see my results, you know this guy is focused.
Distractions looming around us.
I'm telling you. Now, let me give you an example.
How do you keep yourself away from such
distractions? You need to learn how to program your mind on a daily basis.
Like putting a block here, block on the other side of yours.
No. Okay, this is how you program your mind. For me, personally, I do personal development 3 hours minimum every day. So before I leave my house every morning, I listen to motivational and inspirational messages that will help to program my mind. Now, if I do that in the morning before I go out, and then I get a scripture that I used to run all through the day. You see, I've programmed my mind. So no matter what I see, the craziness and everything happening around, it doesn't affect me. I've already guarded my mind. My mind has already gotten. Then when I come back, there's a tendency that whatever you see during the day when you go out, at night when you relax, it begins to replay in your head. So then, I don't want those kind of things to replay and then wake up with it the next morning. I do another 1 hour again.
Okay.
Of reprogramming your mind. Because if you don't program your mind, the environment will program you. And when you know people that the environment has programmed their mind, is when you see them talking, Nigeria is hard, there's no money everywhere, Buhari has spoiled everywhere. That's when you know those kind of people. They've lost their focus. They've allowed the environment to influence them instead of them influencing the environment, to become successful in whatever it is they do. So I think that's one major way.
Okay, how can one improve his or a time management keys to be able to effectively use it to actualize their dreams? Okay,
for you to be able to do that, I think one major thing you need to do is for you to, you have to be diligent. You have to be very, very diligent. It says, see a man diligent in his work, he'll be able to sit before kings and great men. If you're not diligent, see, my rapper used to say something. He said, hard work does not kill, it only refines. Hard work does not kill. Sometimes people look at me like, how do you do the things you do? Like, you have a lot of things you're doing. Like, my company is into a lot of stuff. And if I'm doing things, well, like, how do you do this and do this and do this? Or like, I've already started the foundation years ago. There's a business conference I launched this year. It's a brand on its own. And we're doing it in Benin next weekend. I'm still bringing it to Warri because I know a lot of people from Warri can't travel to Benin. So I'm bringing it to... So when I'm doing this, people like, okay, I'm doing this kind of thing. How long have you been? We just set up that event within 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
And then we're good to go. Policy is in top jar, everything is working. And people like, how did you do this thing? How did I do it? I've been able to study other people's brand.
Okay.
I've attended events. I've seen lapses that they have. Then I now know, okay, this how I can be able to do this together, and then before you know, you are good to go. So you must be diligent in anything you're doing. If you're not diligent, you'll not be committed to, manage time very well. A wise man once said something, that everything you lack in life is as a result of the time you've never traded for it.
Everything you lack in life is
as a result of the time you have not traded for it.
That's good. I'm talking about time, not traded for it, and also the wastage of time. Yeah. How does one waste time?
Okay, I think with a lot of distractions everywhere nowadays, the world is
everywhere. That's around behind in front of us.
Wow, the world is so distracting. Like, and everything is seeking for your attention.
Taking.
Everything is seeking for your attention. They're seeking it. They're asking for it. They want to drag it away from you. Like, I will take this thing away from you. So with all those kind of things happening around, the only way you can be able to discipline yourself to make sure that, okay, you make use of time and you don't waste time is that try as much as possible to engage in things that are productive. For example, if you're on transit, try and do, like you see, whenever I go, I always carry a book.
Okay.
If I come next time now, the book you see with me, it's different. Because if I'm on transit, before I get from this place now to the junction, I must have read a page. So I have message in my phone.
Okay.
I have soft e-books. Then I have a app I used to read the book. So I just need to upload the books into the app, and then I read audio file. The app begins to read the book for me. Now, if I'm doing that, I'm actually utilizing time very well. Instead of wasting that time I used to be on transit, I'm investing it wisely to be able to, add value to my life. So if you look at somebody that is wasting time, or is not deliberate about managing time very well, you see that that person will not want to even take any step that is, innovative.
Okay.
He will not want to embrace anything about innovation that will help him to grow or help his business or his brand to grow. So if we avoid wasting time, you must find out more ways of utilizing time so that you become more productive.
Now, what are the more
daily
ways of utilizing time?
Okay. Now, one of them is you just have to connect with good relationship.
Okay.
Avoid time wasters. Avoid using
Choose
the
your
internet.
friends.
Yes. Avoid using the internet unproductively.
Unproductively.
Exactly.
Because I was about saying the internet is a place for
Correct.
educational transformation.
I've been online since 5 a.m. working on my online office.
Okay.
Somebody somewhere has also been online since morning.
Snapchat.
You understand? I'm doing WhatsApp, Facebook, I'm doing business. Now, before I left this morning, I got 3 clients already from online stuff.
Okay.
So now look at 2 persons using the same platform, but one is using it positively, one is using it negatively. Another time waster again is that stop watching unproductive TV shows. You can't sit down and start watching Big Brother when you want to become somebody like TD Jakes.
Okay.
You should use that time.
Is it not possible that you could have a spare time or you give time to such things?
Yes, that's where planning comes in. People don't plan their time.
Okay.
When they don't plan their time,
So the way you watch all of the episodes and all of the editions from money to evening.
Exactly. What's your problem with you discussing Z word? I help you. You know, it's crazy. Those people are not making their money. You try as much as possible to put something into yourself, and then you become successful and people will be able to watch you. So time wasters are the things you need to avoid. Avoid unproductive use of the internet, which is something that is very rampant today. You understand? I do business. I ask people, you have about 400 contacts in your phone. You have WhatsApp. How much do you make from those people? You're paying your internet provider. You're paying the guys with data. You're paying them with credits. You're paying the woman close to you. You're buying bread from everywhere. Ask yourself, who's paying you?
Nobody.
Correct. So you need to look for a way on how you can monetize everything that you have. I monetize all the contacts in my phone.
All of the contacts?
I said all the contacts. So a guy saw me in church the other day, were like, you're just all up in my space. Like with your adverts and your posts and VCs and all that. Or like, I like the effect I'm making on you. Definitely want to do business with me. So you can't just be there and be, hi, hello. You need to utilize your time very well. So avoid time wasters. I think that's the key. Identify the time wasters. Unproductive friends, productive relationship, unproductive utilization of the internet environment, and then unproductive conversation.
Okay.
You would never see me engage into a conversation that can either bring money or bring knowledge.
Okay.
I would never engage in that, because that's a waste of my time, and a waste of time is a waste of life.
That's the last word from there. The waste of time is a waste of life. I like that word. This is where I must wrap it up. I has told you all you need to know if you must be successful in life, that you need to avoid time wasters. Yes, that's a word for you. Remember, I talked about planning, time, and also results, and so put that in focus and seeing you at the top. A big thanks to business career consultant Mr. Felix Akpos for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
And the Thursday's edition is still very much on. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be keeping you updated with events and occurrences on the words of papers or what the paper says. So stay tuned.